You may think your fridge is keeping you safe. But what if I told you, you might be turning your meat into a silent threat? Every night you leave certain meats in the refrigerator, you could be stacking up cancer risks without even knowing it. Not because the meat smells bad, not because it looks off, but because of what's forming inside at the molecular level. You see, after 60, your body doesn't fight off damage like it used to. And while the fridge slows down bacteria, it doesn't stop all chemical changes, especially in meats already filled with nitrates, iron, or fats that react with time. The truth? It's not just about spoilage anymore. It's about cellular harm hidden, invisible, and cumulative. Doctors are warning, the danger isn't what's left on the counter, it's what you leave in your fridge and forget. So before you take another bite of leftover bacon, ham, or deli meat, let's uncover the 4 types of meat you should never leave overnight in your fridge because science now links them to cancer risk, especially in older adults. And the first one is likely sitting in your refrigerator right now. 1. Processed ham. The clean killer in your fridge. You tell me this. If it smells fine, looks pink, and was just sliced yesterday, how could it be dangerous? Most people over 60 think deli ham is a quick, safe protein, especially when it's been kept chilled. But what if that slice is silently feeding cancer cells in your colon? Let me help you understand this clearly. Processed ham doesn't just carry salt, it's loaded with nitrates and nitrites, preservatives added to keep it fresh looking. When stored even in the fridge, these compounds can slowly convert into N-nitroso compounds, known carcinogens. For seniors, your gut lining is more fragile, and your body's detox systems slow down with age. So even properly stored ham can become more biologically reactive inside your body. And what does that look like in real life? Many seniors who eat deli meats regularly experience early signs of colon inflammation, more bloating, discomfort, or constipation that seems to creep in quietly. And when paired with low-fiber diets, the risk of colorectal cancer increases with every serving. And here's the repeated danger. You may think the fridge protects you. But science shows the cancer risk of processed ham is about what's in it, not where it sits. Leaving it overnight doesn't make it more carcinogenic, but it gives time for chemical reactions to settle in, especially if you keep eating it day after day. So what's the gentle fix? You don't need to swear off sandwiches forever, but maybe swap ham for sliced turkey with no preservatives, or even hard-boiled eggs. Eat it fresh, not forgotten. Comment 1 below if you've ever kept ham in your fridge longer than 2 days without thinking twice. 2. Bacon. A warm memory, a hidden threat. You remember the smell, don't you? That crispy, smoky aroma filling the kitchen on Sunday morning. Bacon meant comfort, family, a good start to the day. But after 60, what once brought joy may now bring harm. Here's what most people forget. Bacon is one of the most processed meats in your fridge. It's loaded with nitrates and nitrites for preservation, and when cooked at high heat, especially fried, it forms carcinogens like HCAs and nitrosamines. For older adults, these compounds can quietly inflame the blood vessels, stiffen arteries, and damage cells in your gut and pancreas. What does that feel like? After breakfast, your heart races, your legs feel heavier than usual, or maybe your blood pressure stays high even when you've done everything right. The danger is repetition. One strip now and then won't harm you, but a daily habit over time, that's where cancer risk begins to creep in, quietly and consistently. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up flavor. Try crisping turkey strips in the oven, or pan-seared mushrooms with garlic. You'd be surprised how good they can be. Comment 2 below if bacon used to be a regular part of your mornings. Let's talk about what you've switched to or what you might try. 3. Deli turkey. The healthy meat that isn't. It looks lean. It sounds healthy. Most people over 60 reach for deli turkey thinking they're making the right choice. It's not red meat. It's not bacon. It's white meat, right? But let's take a closer look. Most packaged turkey slices are highly processed and pumped with sodium, preservatives, and yes, nitrates. Some slices contain over 660 of sodium. In seniors, this much salt stresses the kidneys, raises blood pressure, and contributes to fluid retention that builds silently in your tissues. What does that look like in real life? You wake up with swollen fingers, you feel tired by noon, your blood pressure stays elevated even when your doctor says you're doing everything right. And here's the repeated risk. You think it's healthy, so you eat it every day. But daily exposure to these additives adds up, especially when your body isn't filtering them like it used to. So here's your simple fix. Buy a plain turkey breast. Cook it yourself, slice and freeze it. No preservatives, no confusion, and a lot more control. Comment 3 below if you've relied on deli meats thinking they were safe. Let's share ideas for clean, heart-friendly lunches. 4. Leftover steak. The danger doesn't die with the flame. You scraped off the blackened crust and put it in the fridge. Safe, right? That leftover steak from last night's grill out might look fine, but what's lurking on the surface isn't flavor. It's a chemical risk. Your body can't fight like it used to. Let me explain what's really happening. When steak is cooked at high heat, especially grilled or pan-fried, it forms carcinogens like HCAs and PAHs. These chemicals are known to damage cells in the colon, liver, and even pancreas. And no, they don't vanish in the fridge. They stay embedded in the meat surface, waiting for round 2. Ever feel bloated after reheating meat? Or get strange cramping in your lower stomach the next day? These may be your gut's early warnings telling you it's struggling to repair from repeated exposure to charred meat. Don't be fooled by the fridge. Refrigeration slows bacteria, but it doesn't erase chemical damage. If you're over 60, your system may not break these toxins down like it once did. So what can you do instead? Try slow cooking your steak and avoid high heat charring, or better yet, make enough to enjoy fresh, and freeze the rest. Comment 4 below if you've ever saved steak for the next day. Let's talk about safer, senior-friendly ways to enjoy your favorites. 5. Breakfast sausage. Small bite, big consequence. Just one sausage won't hurt. That's what most people say. But over time, those tiny bites may be packing a bigger punch than you think, especially when you're over 60. Here's what you should know. Breakfast sausage is a triple threat: high sodium, high saturated fat, and often full of preservatives like nitrates. These elements don't just affect your heart, they build up inflammation in your gut, strain your kidneys, and increase your risk for colorectal cancer. And when sausages are fried, their fat content produces even more harmful compounds that your aging body struggles to eliminate. Ever feel sluggish after breakfast? Or get that heavy, crampy feeling around your midsection by noon? Your digestive system is waving a red flag, especially if sausage is a daily habit. And here's what's sneaky. Sausages are often small, easy to overlook, but their impact is outsized. Just 2 can take you over your sodium limit for the day without even touching the salt shaker. Here's a smarter swap. Try turkey or chicken patties with no nitrates, or make a veggie-based breakfast hash. You'll still enjoy that savory bite without the hidden harm. Comment 5 if you've had sausage this week. Don't worry, we've all been there. Let's explore better breakfasts together. 6. Sliced roast beef. The premium problem. You pay more for it, so it must be better, right? That tender sliced roast beef from the deli counter seems like a smarter, leaner choice. But don't be fooled by the price tag. Here's what's hiding beneath the surface. Even premium deli beef often contains added phosphates, salt, and color stabilizers, all to keep it looking fresh longer. But in older adults, these additives can weaken bone density, raise phosphate levels in the blood, and burden the kidneys. Not to mention, reheating roast beef forms more HCAs when browned, especially if left in the fridge for several days. Ever felt joint pain or tightness after meals? Or noticed your digestion slowing down after deli beef leftovers? These might be signs that your body is struggling with what it's storing both in the fridge and in your tissues. And here's the part no one talks about. The darker the meat, the more likely it is to contain heme iron, which, when eaten in excess, has been linked to colorectal and stomach cancers. You can still enjoy roast beef, but freshly cooked at home is best. Slice it yourself, eat it within 48 hours, and skip the processed versions when possible. Comment 6 if roast beef has been part of your weekly meals. Let's rethink the way we store and serve it, especially after 60. 7. Hot dogs. Childhood favorite. Adult risk. It's what we grew up on. Ball games, cookouts, summer memories. Hot dogs are woven into our American childhood. But now, they're showing up in cancer statistics more than in picnics. Let's unpack this. Hot dogs are one of the most heavily processed meats, packed with sodium, nitrates, and preservatives. These compounds break down in your gut, especially as digestive strength weakens with age, into N-nitrosochemicals, which are linked directly to colon and stomach cancer. Ever feel bloated, foggy, or tired after lunch? Many older adults chalk it up to aging, but often it's the gut reacting to a chemical overload it can't process like it used to. Here's the repeat offense. They're easy to cook, easy to store, so they sneak into your routine more often than you think, but each one pushes your system a little closer to trouble. You don't have to give up nostalgia, just reshape it. Try nitrate-free chicken sausages or grilled veggie dogs. The taste is surprisingly satisfying and far less damaging. Comment 7. If hot dogs were part of your childhood, let's talk about what memories to keep and what habits to leave behind. 8. Salami, the fancy meat that ages you faster. It looks gourmet, but it's anything but good. Salami, prosciutto, pepperoni, these cured meats feel luxurious, even elegant, but under the fancy label lies something far more toxic. Here's the reality. Cured meats are concentrated sources of salt, fat, and nitrates, a trio that accelerates cellular damage. In seniors, these ingredients strain your heart, raise cancer risk, and may even speed up vascular aging and cognitive decline. Have you noticed more stiffness, brain fog, or low mood? Many older adults experience these and never trace them back to diet. But overconsumption of cured meats is quietly linked to reduced blood flow, especially to the brain. And the warning signs? They don't scream, they whisper: dry mouth, higher BP, afternoon fatigue. It's your body asking for a break. You can still eat smart and indulgent. Opt for grilled chicken strips, hummus, or olive tapenade on whole grain crackers instead. Just as classy, without the crash. Comment 8 if salami or cold cuts are part of your snack routine. Let's trade recipes that treat your body as well as your taste buds. 9. Cornered beef, the holiday favorite that shouldn't be year-round. It starts as a celebration. St. Patrick's Day, family gatherings, a hearty plate of corned beef and cabbage. But what happens when holiday indulgence becomes a monthly habit? Let's break it down. Corned beef is brined in salt, cured with nitrates, and often pan-fried 3 strikes for older adults. These factors increase your risk of high blood pressure, stomach cancer, and kidney stress, especially when consumed regularly or left in the fridge beyond a day or two. Ever feel unusually thirsty after a meal, or wake up with puffy eyes? It might not be the weather, it might be the salt. And for older kidneys, flushing it out takes longer and causes more strain. What makes this worse is frequency. What used to be once a year is now on monthly menus, deli counters, and frozen dinners. But tradition can evolve. Roast your own brisket without the brine, or swap in turkey seasoned with herbs and garlic-rich flavor. None of the risky leftovers. Comment 9 if corned beef has made its way into your regular meals. Let's talk about what keeps the tradition alive without putting your health at risk. 10. Bologna. The budget meat that's costing you more than you know. It's cheap, easy, and always there. A pack of bologna in the fridge feels convenient, especially when your energy is low or you're on a tight grocery budget. But this bargain meat could be bankrupting your health. Let me be honest with you. Bologna is ultra-processed. It often contains mechanically separated meats, fillers, binders, sodium phosphates, and nitrates. For aging bodies, these are hard to digest and linked to colon cancer, heart strain, and kidney overload. What might that feel like? You're bloated after lunch. Your hands feel stiff or puffy. Your stomach doesn't feel right. But nothing seems serious yet. But the cost adds up. Bologna is often eaten several times a week, especially in sandwiches or with crackers. It's not the one slice, it's the cycle. You deserve better. Try boiled egg salad, fresh rotisserie chicken, or even hummus with veggies. Fast, affordable, and far easier on your body. Comment 10 if you've reached for bologna when you were tired or tight on time. Let's swap better options that respect your health. 11. Meatloaf. Leftovers. The danger lurking in day 4. It feels like home. Meatloaf is classic comfort food. You bake it once and enjoy it all week. But by day 3 or 4, what you don't see might be what hurts you most. Let's look inside. Cooked meats, even properly stored, start to grow pathogenic bacteria after 3-4 days. Especially with ground meat, the risk of contamination rises fast, and heating doesn't always kill it. For seniors, your immune system may not catch infections early, and digestion becomes more vulnerable. Have you ever had nausea, stomach pain, or fatigue out of nowhere? And blamed it on age, weather, or stress? It could have been from that one bite of day 4 meatloaf. You don't have to give up leftovers, just respect the clock. Day 2? Fine. Day 4? Freeze it or toss it. Don't take the chance. Want to keep the tradition? Split the loaf. Eat half fresh, freeze half in slices. Reheat only what you'll eat immediately. Comment 11 if you've kept leftovers more than 3 days. It's common, but let's change the habit before it costs more than dinner. 12. Liver. The nutrient powerhouse. That's too strong for daily life. It's packed with nutrients, but is it packed with danger too? Liver is often praised as a superfood, but after 60, it might be a little too super. Let me explain. Liver is extremely high in heme iron and vitamin A, which in excess can cause toxicity, especially if stored and eaten over several days. Leftover liver can also develop oxidation that further stresses your liver, kidneys, and gut, ironically, the very organs you're trying to nourish. Have you noticed nausea, headaches, or light sensitivity after meals? Or constipation mixed with fatigue? These are subtle signs of vitamin A overload, a real risk in older adults eating too much liver too often. And no, the fridge doesn't solve it. Storing liver for more than 1-2 days can worsen its breakdown and compound the effects. So how do we do it right? Enjoy liver if you must, only occasionally. Eat it fresh, not as leftovers. And balance it with greens, beans, and hydration. Comment 12 if you were told liver is a superfood. Let's rethink how much is too much, especially after 60. You know, it's not always age that breaks us down. Sometimes it's the leftovers we trust. The slice of meat that smells fine. The cold cuts we've eaten for years. It's the little habits we never question that quietly chip away at our health. But you don't have to fear meat. You just need to know which ones to skip and how long is too long. You don't need to give them all up. Just cook fresh when you can, freeze what you won't eat soon, and trade a few of those deli packs for something kinder to your body. Think back to the last time you felt clear-headed, light on your feet, and pain-free after a meal. You deserve to feel that way again every day. And maybe, just maybe, your simple action today, cleaning the fridge, skipping a sandwich, could protect your life or someone you love deeply. Comment below if any of these meats surprised you. Share this video with a friend or loved one over 60. They might be keeping the same foods right now in their fridge. And hit subscribe to join the HEALZO channel, where every small tip brings big hope.